children. I hope you're all tucked up in bed and ready for a really lovely bedtime story. I'm reading you a story from one of my favourite books. Their story is all about a little girl called Kitty, and it's written by Bel Mooney. And this book's called I'm Scared. And often when we go to bed at night time, it can be a bit scary. So this particular story is called I'm Scared of the Monster. He was definitely there. Kitty knew it. One night, he just popped into her dream, and when she woke up, she knew he was under the bed. "Mum!" she called. Mum came in her dressing gown, looking sleepy. "What's the matter, dear? Did you have a bad dream?" "I dreamed I was being chased by a monster," said Kitty, "and then when I ran into my room, he followed me and oh, Mum!" "What is it?" asked Mum in a soft voice. "He's still under the bed," hissed Kitty. Mum smiled. "Well, we'll just have a look, shall we?" She went down on her hands and knees and looked under the bed. She pulled out one sock, 2 slippers, a little plastic knight from Kitty's castle, a pencil, a bouncy ball, and Mr. Tubbs, her teddy bear. "I know what happened. You had your dream, you tossed and turned, and Mr. Tubbs fell out. And because he's such a good bear, he rolled under the bed to find all these other things you'd lost. There wasn't a monster under your bed, Kitty. There was only Mr. Tubbs." "Oh," Kitty said. "Go back to sleep now. There's a good girl," said Mum. And she went back to her bed too. Kitty hugged Mr. Tubbs tightly. "I know what you were doing," she whispered in his ear. "You were making sure the monster didn't come out to get me, weren't you?" But Mr. Tubbs didn't say a word, and quite soon Kitty went off to sleep again. In the morning, when her alarm clock went off, she lay for a few moments thinking about the monster. She didn't want to put her legs out of bed, just in case. At last, Mum came to the bedroom door. "Hurry up, Kit, you'll be late for school," she called. "Mum, please come here," said Kitty. "Oh, what is it?" "Mum, I'm scared of the monster," said Kitty. "Oh, don't be so silly," said Mum, and she rushed across, threw back the bedclothes and quickly pulled Kitty out of bed. "I thought we sorted that all out last night," she said with a sigh. "Now just hurry up." Kitty didn't think about the monster all day in school, but when she got home, she decided she wouldn't go to her room. She would stay downstairs. Dad was reading the newspaper in the sitting room. Kitty crept up and told him everything. He didn't laugh. "Go and get your drawing book," he said. When Kitty came back, he said, "Now, I want you to draw me a picture of this monster." Kitty bit the end of her pencil and thought. "I can't," she said. "Why?" asked Dad. "Because, well, you know he's not really real, Dad. He's in my head." "But is he under your bed as well?" "Yes," said Kitty firmly. "Well then, you can draw a picture of him for me. Go on," said Dad. "I want to meet this old chap." Kitty thought for a moment and then started to draw. She drew a funny fat body, a round face with 2 sharp teeth, big round eyes, pointed ears, a tail with a spiky thing on the end. Dad smiled. "Well, he looks rather jolly to me. What colour is he?" "Green," said Kitty. "He would be, of course," said Dad, "a bit like a dragon." Kitty looked at her drawing and smiled. "He looks funny," she said, and he did. A tubby creature with a smiley mouth despite those teeth. He looked kind of like a nice magic monster. "What does he like to eat?" asked Dad. Baked beans," said Kitty. "Good taste," said Dad. "So why don't you just put some out for him tonight, just to keep him happy?" "Our secret," whispered Kitty, and Dad nodded. Kitty couldn't wait to get to bed. After Mum had read her a story and said good night, Dad came in carrying something behind his back. It was a dish of cold baked beans with a spoon in it. He put it on the floor by Kitty's bed. He knelt down, bent his head, and spoke to the monster. "Okay, old chum, We know you're nice and friendly really, and nobody's ever discovered it before, so we've brought you a midnight feast. Mind you, don't wake Kitty up, will you?" Then he looked up at Kitty. "He's very sweet, you know, and he's very pleased," said Dad, leaning forward to give her a big goodnight kiss. "Now, sleep time, Kitty cat." Kitty snuggled down with Mr Tubbs. She thought about the monster, but all she could see now was the funny creature she had drawn, and he was so friendly she couldn't possibly be scared any more, so she went to sleep. Early, before her alarm went off, she woke up. Quickly she swung her legs round and bent to look at the baked beans. They were still in the dish. Kitty loved cold baked beans, and it took her 2 minutes to eat the lot. Then she got back into bed and pretended to be asleep. Dad tiptoed in the morning and gave her a little shake. "Wake up, pet." Guess what? The beans have gone. Kitty sat up, trying to look innocent, but there was tomato sauce all around her mouth. "Have they?" she said. "Well, that just proves there is a monster." Dad grinned. "Oh, I never doubted it," he said, "because little monsters come in all shapes and sizes, and they're usually lovely when you get to know them. Aren't they, Kitty?" And of course, Kitty had to agree.